Houston Real Estate Radio starts right now.
Welcome back. You are listening to Houston Real Estate Radio, and I'm your host, Shannon Register, and we are continuing our broadcast from the Sunbelt Builder Show over in San Antonio and trying to find the best of the show and bring you some new and innovative products and ideas. And I have Paul Forsman here with me. He is the Vice President and Director of Business Development for Design Basics Floor Plans. So tell me about your company, Paul, and what makes it different than other companies that are coming up with new floor plans.
Well, Shannon, thanks for the invitation to be on your show today. The approach that we have taken, especially over the last 10, 11 years, has been an increasing appreciation and knowledge of women's preferences in the home. And that has really differentiated what we do from a lot of the other residential design firms, architects throughout the country. We've learned a lot. We've learned to listen really well, and the homes now, I would like to suggest, have increased livability and style, again, based on women's feedback for how we can improve the homes.
Very interesting. So most of the people who purchase the floor plans, how are they finding you?
Well, our website, designbasics.com, is one of the easiest ways for us to get the message out in the marketplace. We are fortunate enough to have many builders across the United States that are working with our plans. Some of those builders have our plans on their websites, for example. We're also distributing plan books in lumber yards. We work with a number of other manufacturers throughout the industry. So we've become a little bit ubiquitous within the home plan design industry.
I like the women-centric idea that you have. I like that you think about what women really like. And flipping through your book there, I really like that that laundry room that just has all that counter space and light, and it doesn't look like the room you don't want to be in. You know, it looks like a room that's actually like the kitchen. You don't mind cooking because it looks nice. You know.
You know, there's research out there that shows that women arriving home after a long day, typically their blood pressure goes up 3 points when they get home and they enter into their second job. And one of the reasons I'm absolutely sure that happens is they're coming in, and 91% of the time, if you have an attached garage, you're coming into the home, in and out of the home through the garage. And so often there's a laundry mudroom right there. That's your transition space. Do you really want to come home and be greeted by piles of laundry waiting to be done? Or it's like if your son's gym clothes from the yesterday didn't get washed, that smell. We can do better than that. So coming into a rear foyer, it's every bit as important as the front entry foyer. Maybe it's not going to be designed exactly the same, but we did a focus group of moms of elementary age school kids. We found out from these moms, nothing is more stressful than getting the entire family out the door on time in the morning with everything.
Oh, that's the truth.
So lockers back there, the kids knew how to use lockers. They had them at school. It's 7:15 in the morning. It's not, Mom, Dad, have you seen my... No, because their gym clothes, their science project, books, lunch money, backpack, coats, whatever. It's all there in the lockers. We can help to de-stress the morning by focusing on the entire family and how they live. And in fact, it's women that helped us to appreciate there's really 4 lenses people use when they're evaluating a home and its livability. Areas in the home for de-stressing. How do we make the, either more relaxation or maybe even more inspiring rejuvenation? And then areas in the home for entertaining. Storage and organization is huge. Storage sells homes.
Yes.
And then finally, flexible areas. They might be dual purpose. They might be a laundry room that doubles as a hobby craft area. It might be a guest room that also has a disappearing home office so that it can be dual purpose. Or a flex area such as an area that can become your pet center. There's an awful lot of home buyers that have pets, and so the popularity of pet centers complete with doggy showers, things like that, it's hugely important.
Well, and what's interesting is so many people have pets, and yet there's nowhere to put pet stuff. So, you walk into kitchens and there's the doggy bowls, the dog water and the dog food. And then you walk into the laundry room and there's the cat pan and we don't have anywhere to put those things. So it's nice to have a place specifically for the animals.
Well, again, getting back to the idea of flex area, the individual buyer might prefer let's say a work-in pantry, not merely a walk-in pantry, but a pantry big enough to include maybe another oven cooktop, maybe a second refrigerator, a second dishwasher,
I like that.
as
But
well
so
as
out of
prep
the-
area. So for some buyers, that might be more important. Other buyers, they're really looking for that pet zone. These flex spaces allow somebody to personalize the home for how they want to live in the home, and it becomes a real emotional and real important part of the home's design.
So if they're on your website over at designbasics.com and they found a plan that they really like, because you have like over 2,000 plans, right?
That's right.
So if they find a plan they like and they go, okay, this is the house that I want, but I want this change and this change and this change, how do they get those changes? What are their options?
You bet. Well, we have a complete plan alterations department, and so we work with consumers and builders all across the country to make modifications to our plans. We also make the plans available on CAD, computer software, so if the buyer of the plan has the software, they can make their own changes to the plan. We also allow the buyer of a plan to take our plans to a local designer, draftsman, architect, engineer, and make whatever changes they deem necessary.
Now we've talked to some custom cabinetry companies that really like literally just look at the floor plan and design the cabinetry to go in it. So when you're designing a custom kitchen, do you go ahead and figure out all the counter space, where everything is going to go, or do you leave that flexibility up to the designers who are going to be designing that kitchen for the consumer?
Many of our buyers do have a kitchen designer that they're going to work with. Our plans will include the kitchen layout as we've originally envisioned it, but it's very common for folks to work with their local kitchen designer and fine-tune that space.
What are you finding with, since you deal with all these plans and kind of know the newest trends and what's coming out in home plans, what do you think about outdoor spaces? What are you envisioning? Because I've sort of seen the trend of everybody wanted the outdoor kitchen, and now nobody wants the outdoor kitchen. They just want the grill built in with some nice countertops. And so it's kind of been changing from having an actual place to sit and eat and play in the pool to kind of have a more relaxed space where you can just relax and grill. What do you think?
It's interesting because we have found that about half of the buyers out there see their outdoor living space as a relaxation area, as a de-stressing area. She
Not the
might
kitchen
envision,
to cook in.
Yeah, she might envision actually napping on a porch swing. I mean, we hear feedback like that. And roughly half the buyers see it as entertaining space, whether that's for dinner parties, just a natural extension of the interior entertaining space, or if it's more for casual family gatherings. Indoor-outdoor fireplaces are a big deal. And a lot of times, as you mentioned, the grill can be a big deal, but we're seeing outdoor spaces that are under roof of the home that are primarily storage. And so that outdoor kitchen, which was a real high dollar amenity, is now oftentimes being put into a storage. We can't put storage buildings outside in many neighborhoods. So we're building storage accessed from the outside, and we're seeing a lot of the outdoor kitchen amenities going into that space. It keeps it secure, but it also keeps it kind of out of sight.
Okay, interesting. So for the people all those people out there who are keeping those refrigerators in the garage, this would be a good alternative for them, where they can actually be out there by the pool and have it close by to what they're doing instead of off to the other end of the house in the garage.
Absolutely right. It's these types of things that we're hearing from buyers. 78% of American adults don't take baths. We're a nation of shower takers. And yet most homes have a fairly nice tub in the master bath,
Right.
in the owner's suite. Well, you know what? When you give buyers the option of considering an owner's bath that has no tub, but maybe a kind of a spa shower, a real nice shower, it's really quick where buyers will say, I'm tired of dusting the tub anyway. And so they'll go for that tubless shower. Now, there's got to be a bathtub somewhere in the home,
Right.
whether it's for the kids or grandkids or whatever, but not necessarily do you have to have that soaking tub or whirlpool tub in the master. It is a black and white issue. There's very little gray. Tub people absolutely won't even look at a home that doesn't offer a tub.
Right.
That's why a lot of the newer plan designs offer two owner suite bath layouts, one that has a tub and one that doesn't.
I think a lot of people, even though they don't use the tub, they don't want to buy a house that doesn't have one because they fear that resale value that the next buyer won't like it. And selling resale houses, I've seen that some people will go in and see that there's only a shower, and it does make them they don't want to buy the house because of it, because then they fear there's that resale value issue.
You're absolutely right, and that has been probably the single thing that has most held back the popularity of the tubless master bath. But what I've heard more recently from realtors, interestingly, is it's kind of hit the tipping point. Regardless of the presence of a tub in the master bath, if it doesn't have a really nice shower, people are going on to the next house because that's what they aspire to have, is that really nice shower.
Yeah, definitely got to have a nice shower. All right. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show, Paul. Paul is with Design Basics Floor Plan. They have over 2,000 to choose from, so you can go to their website over at designbasics.com. And if you've got a real estate question, you can call us at 281-882-8022. We'll be right back here on Houston Real Estate Radio.